Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings and salutations. Jeffrey Wilson coming to you right here from The Layer. And breaking news, man, here within the last, I'd say 16 hours, within the last day, not only has Debbie Wasserman Schultz hard drives been seized by the FBI, one of the Awans was arrested fleeing the country from Dulles International Airport in Washington, D.C. Now, if you listened to the last episode of The Conspiracy Farm we had with Jason Goodman and George Webb broke down who the Awan brothers were. The Awan brothers are essentially some Pakistani foreign nationals, part of an intelligence operation, who were brought in here by the DNC, essentially, by Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and we're going to find out how and why this happened, by Debbie Wasserman Schultz to provide IT support for Congress. They provided hundreds and hundreds of different BlackBerries to members of Congress, but what they were actually doing was surveilling on our congressmen and our senators. They would literally walk into the Capitol or wherever these routers were. They read... I'm not an IT specialist, but this is what I've heard that these guys have done. When they walk into Capitol Hill or whatever with their BlackBerries, all of their information, all of their text, all of their emails have been sucked into this particular server that the DNC was holding, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, etc. Now, on the surface, yes, that's fucked up. You bring in foreign nationals to undermine and surveil Congress. That is definitely illegal. But it was what it was also covering up, and what we're going to find out about it once these fuckers start digging, is the rat lines that we talked about. Like we said in the show, and like I said last week when we found out about John McCain's illness, these things are going to start happening in real time, and they actually are happening in real time. What I said about John McCain, and what George Webb said about John McCain going kind of AWOL for a while. Yes, he showed up today, but I'm not saying he's not sick, whatever, but there's just larger shit afoot, and he is definitely a part of it. Lindsey Graham is a part of it, and it's not a right-left thing. What this Awan thing is going to also uncover is basically the masking of what's really been going on. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like it. Again, it's not a right-left thing, but masking what's been going on with the Clinton Foundation, the Clinton Global Initiative, and the huge amounts of money that's being washed through these organizations. And it also has to do with the rat lines that we talked about, the trading in people, the trading in organs, the trading in guns, the trading in money, and the washing of the money of all of these proceeds from this. I know it sounds fucking nuts, but it sounds less nuts to me. And if you listen to the episode that we did last week, and actually the last previous episodes we've done about organ harvesting and all this crazy shit that's going on, dude, it's literally happening in real time. One of the Awan brothers was arrested at the Dulles airport trying to flee the country. And I'm not going to sit here and get into it right now because there's so much more to it, but this is exactly what we said, not just said was going to happen, but the Awan brothers, like I said, have been brought in here. They're Pakistani foreign nationals, and I think, again, this is a part of some people are saying this is a Pakistani ISI operation to come in and do all this, surveil America, surveil our congressmen, etc. I don't believe so. I believe there's a few steps above Pakistani ISI that are putting this in motion. I'm not going to say any fucking names, but I'm just saying it's more than the Pakistani ISI. But the Awan brothers are Pakistani, and they've been brought in here over the last... They're getting paid hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to do what they're doing with Congress, providing supposed IT support for Congress, which they're not doing. They're surveilling Congress. They're getting all of their information, like I said, their emails, their texts, etc. Just continue to watch the news as this unfolds. I mean, go back and listen to episode 35, 36 of The Conspiracy Farm, where they break this down way more succinctly as to what this is really about, and from a larger standpoint. Like I said, this really has to do more with... the DNC definitely stole shit from Bernie. That's going to be proven through the emails. And they're also covering up much larger shit as it relates to Hillary Clinton. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a Trump stumper. This isn't me fucking going off about Hillary because I love Trump. This is just, it's about our fucking children. It's about us being completely lied to. It's about nothing being what it actually seems, and us making these people accountable for fucking lying to us. We got to acknowledge that we've been lied to first. So, Awan brother arrested at Dulles Airport It's again, we had just talked about the Awan brothers, how they were brought in here by W. Wasserman Schultz, the DNC, Pakistani nationals. They're essentially they're essentially intel operatives coming to do some larger shit. And as it relates to these databases, as it relates to the hacking and all that other stuff, this gets into what's really going on globally with rat lines, again, trading in people, trading in drugs, trading in guns, trading in money, etc., etc. Organ harvesting, it's absolutely real. And it's absolutely happening. And yeah, once they pull this thread, it is all kind of connected. So just keep paying attention to your news. I'm just kind of breaking the news right now that Debbie Wasserman Schultz, her laptops have finally been seized. I'm sure she's probably found a way to do what she needs to do with those. But anyway, those have been seized by the FBI, as well as one of the Awan brothers being arrested at Dulles International Airport, I think yesterday or last night, trying to flee the country. One of the Awan brothers, the Awans, again, are Pakistani nationals who were brought in to do IT support for Congress. But what they were actually doing is surveilling Congress, among other things. So stay tuned. More news will be coming out about this. Not that it's cool, and I'm definitely not patting myself on the back, but this shit is happening in real time, like I said it was, according to kind of the information that we were presented on our last episode of The Conspiracy Farm, with Jason Goodman, George Webb, and other guests, like I said, talking about the trade in all of these things. It's human beings, drugs, guns, organs, etc. It's deep, it's dark, and nothing, ladies and gentlemen, is as it seems. So pay attention to your news. This shit is breaking. If you want to Google it, it's obviously not going to be on national news, but Awan brother, or Imran Awan, arrested at Dulles International Airport. They're saying for bank fraud, but that's just scratching the surface, ladies and gentlemen. We have only just begun.